not too many people do this with, like, I wouldn't say the intermediate players, but like the players that are coming up. I really appreciate you actually, showing the light and, giving people the opportunity to, give them their part of view, their point of view of how they play and what they want to be in a part of the FGC. I really appreciate you on that.
Oh man, for sure, man. I appreciate you being here. Like I said, man. All right, man. So you said you ready, right? We good?
Yeah, we good, bro.
All right, let's go. All right, y'all. So here we are back for Pride Talks Live with the Doc, man, podcast episode. This will be episode 9, man. Featuring none other than my brother, my partner, my pal, my buddy, man, my dog, Liberace, man. Liberace. Yes, sir. That's my guy right here, man. A fun fact before we get into it. I want to tell you, this guy means a lot to me because he was one of the first people that I considered a training partner. Like, a lot of people came in. I mean, I had a lot of coaches, a lot of mentors, some people that showed me love, they gave me a lot of tutelage, but he was the first one that came in that I felt like we were on. He was better than me, of course, but we were on like a little similar playing field where he didn't know my character, I didn't know his character, so we really helped each other a lot. We both grown together since then, so it's such a pleasure to have him be around, man, come through the stream, and it's always love for Liberace, real genuine, authentic, organic love, man. So I love that, man. So that's enough bushy stuff, man. Let's get into it. I want y'all to have the pleasure of knowing my boy as well, so that's why we're here. So Liberace, I know I just said your name, but what do you like to go by? That's your preferred name? Where you from, and how long you been playing Tekken, my boy?
Well, my name is Liberace. I go by Lib. Shout out to Cookie for giving me that. I go by Libby. I prefer Liberace, but however y'all want to call me, I can go by those three. I'm 29 years old. I'm from a little town in Pennsylvania called Reading, Pennsylvania. And I've been playing Tekken since Tekken 3.
Okay.
But Tekken 7 is where I took it seriously. So this is like my competitive journey for Tekken.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So Tekken 3, that's the one where Jin was birthed on too, right? That was Jin's first one.
I believe.
Sorry, Tekken 3. I meant to say Tekken 3 was his first. If that's what I said, Tekken 3 was his first one, I think.
I think so. That's another thing too. I'm not really too into the storyline.
I feel that.
I can't. I'm not gonna be telling you something I don't really know. But I think he was at. I think that's where he was at.
Yeah. I feel that, man. I'm the same way. I don't know too much about the lore, but I be trying to keep up. Sometimes I try to, people give me some information. I try to grasp onto it. But I think so. I think that was he was on the cover as well. But I'm not sure either. But that's a good one to come in. So that's what I was getting. I was like, man, you got Jin coming into it, you coming into it. That's dope, man. So. But before we continue, man, I want to know, how did you come up with the name Liberace and your gang Mid-Tier Boys, man? How was that birth?
So Liberace, where I'm from, not too many people get real stylish. Like I'm really into fashion and clothing.
Hey.
So when I was growing up, I had pretty much all the Jordans. I had all the nice clothing because I wasn't in a good. Let's say like my household was kind of well, but we were still, kind of struggling. So whenever they could, they provided good clothing, good shoes to make sure when we were outside, we looked really good.
Hey.
So every time I would go outside of school and stuff, they would compliment me. So after a while, I started calling myself Geechee.
Okay.
And I got Geechee from a Rick Ross song called Supreme.
Yes, sir.
And then I kind of dropped it because I was like, Geechee kind of too lame. Let me just get the last name going. And then I started looking up what Liberace was, and he was a pianist from Italy, and he was just as fly. He had all the girls, he had the flyest clothing, and he played the piano. So I was like, all right, I'm around with Liberace.
That's what's up, man. That's dope, man. The Italian. Okay, so you had the pianist in there with making them fingers work, man, with the keys and stuff like that. That's what's up, man. Like, what's the piano man? Who they call the piano man? Is that Timberland? They call it, or the Scott Storch, one of them. But that's fire. That's fire though, man. I like the origin of your name and my boy Fly, man. That's funny that you. I have a partner of mine, man. He out there in Pennsylvania too. I don't know exactly what part, but he has Contagious Clothing brand. That's his own brand, man. I should need to hook y'all up together, man. See what y'all can do and collaborate, man. So you said Tekken 3 was your first. Tekken 7 is where you just started taking it more seriously. More playing around on a higher level, more competitive level. Now that you've been playing Tekken for a minute, from Tekken 3 up to where we are now, is it a game that you plan on sticking with for the foreseeable future? Like, especially with Tekken 8 on the horizon, do you feel like you're gonna keep playing it, or maybe venture to something else, or what?
I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm really skeptical on the heat system, and
Are
I'm
we all?
hoping, yeah, and I'm hoping my main's there. I also play Yoshi, so I started with Yoshi, and then I started gravitating back to Lei.
Okay.
But so just in case Lei's not on there, I do have a Yoshi, but I really want my
Okay.
character to be there, and I'm a little
Right.
skeptical of the heating system because I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling
I
it.
feel that, man. So the lay thing, I have to follow up questions for that lay, for that lay pick. But start off, you mentioned some things like the heat mechanism and all that, the heat system and all that. So looking forward to Tekken 8. What do you think? I know you mentioned that you don't like the heat mechanic. What do you think about it? Like, what about it do you not like from what you've seen so far? If you could dive into that a little bit.
Personally, I don't understand why they dropped the rage drive to use the heating system.
Right.
Because the heating system, you can use it right away. It's not like the rage drive that you have so much health and you got to roll the dice.
Right.
With the heating system, it's a guarantee 50-50.
Right.
And opponent either has to block it and take chip damage, or
Right.
they have to eat the full combo.
Right.
And they can do it twice in each round. That I don't think that's a
Yeah.
really smart thing to do in my eyes. But again, it's Tekken.
Yeah, we gonna see how we gonna roll, like you said, roll the dice so to see how it works. But I agree with you, man. I have the same reservations. I'm hesitant about it, but I'm willing to see what it's like. But I do wholeheartedly agree with you. Like the rage drive and the rage jar, people didn't really like that, and that was only situational. Very circumstantial, and that revolved around you having a little bit of life. Your health being severely reduced. But this, you can just pop off anytime. That's crazy, bro. Anytime. Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. So now Tekken 8, something else we've seen of Tekken 8, we've seen a lot of trailers, man. I think we've seen quite a few characters. I think we've seen almost a dozen characters. How do you feel about the trailer so far?
I like him a lot. I didn't like Leroy's name at all.
And this is somebody that's fashionable, chat. He ain't even like the Grandmaster or Drip. Like, well, we ripping the one way or we fighting? I don't know what we doing. That's crazy.
That's
bro.
exactly how I felt. Like, why would you put Grandmaster Drip? He's a
came to
karate
fight.
fighter. He could have did something else.
Like, even if they called him like the drippy Wing Chun master or something like that, that's different because then the drippy part is an adjective for his, for the main part, which is what he is. He's a combatant. But they made it seem like he just, yeah, like he just out there the model for Tekken or something. Like he modeling clothes. Come on, man, what we doing, man? I agree.
He did get a stature for the stage. So he might be the Grandmaster Drip for a reason. Who knows?
That's true. Who knows?
I ain't like it at all.
Yeah. It might come in. We might get a little more of it, more detailed. But yeah, I think it's very corny as well, man. So which one of the trailers have been your favorite so far?
Favorite one has been Jack. And I don't like King, but that King one was pretty fly.
Them RKOs, and then he do like a pedigree.
Yeah, he did all types of wrestling moves. Brought me back in the day, but
Right.
those two so far are my favorite.
That's fire, man. Yeah, man. I like those as well. The only one that I didn't really care for, I even thought Jin was cool, but I thought his was the most mediocre. Like his rage art was kind of lackluster. I feel like they could have given us a little more. But other than that, man, the trailers have been fire in my opinion. Outside of the the nickname for Leroy, even that was still fire with the dragon silhouette coming out. And I thought it was a fire trailer. I just thought the nickname or the moniker was corny. Yeah. So and now you've been playing Tekken for a solid minute, man. Like I said, now you're playing more competitively. Before you played casually, I'm sure you still play casually too as well. But I know you still play at a high level. Like I say, do you have any, like, I know you play at a high level, but still it's more casual. Do you have any plans of going to compete, like at a local sometime soon, or maybe travel to get your feet wet, or have you done so already?
I haven't gone to any offline events yet.
Okay.
The closest offline event I have is out in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And I'm not really trying to drive all the way out there, but I do want to go to CEO. I want to take a trip out to CEO. I think that's in Florida.
Hey,
And
Florida
I want
boys.
to kickstart my my offline journey over there.
Hey, man, that's where I'm at, man. I'm in Florida, man. That's a good place to start it. You know what I'm talking about? Might have to come and see if I can meet up with you, man.
Of course, man. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to be known as the best LEI in NA. Like, I want to have that title. I want people to see me and be like, damn, I have to tighten up because there's more than just like. I think LEI is very underrated and nobody really knows all of his stuff because all his move sets or whatever you want to call it.
And
But
the stances,
I want to
right?
I want to make it be sure that he can be solid and he can be party time. So you gotta do your homework when Liberace's around.
That's what's up, man. That's dope right there, man. I like it. I believe in you, bro. You definitely got some competition with the Blades, though. You know, we got Unruly Mind. We got who else? My boy Tay. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely a heavy hitter in that LEI conversation, man. So I definitely think you are on the up and up, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. It's gonna work out for sure. I do have a little question, man. You mentioned you want to be known as the LEI of NA. Is there a player, whether it's pro or recreational, that you that inspired you to keep going with Tekken or improve or even go with LEI? Across your journey in regards to Tekken, is there anybody that has offered you inspiration or motivation to continue improving?
For LEI, it will be Balak Kaka. He's from Pakistan.
Wait, what's his name now?
Balak Kaka. Kaka.
That mean poop? Hold on.
I don't know what it means.
In Spanish, you say caca, that mean poop. I'm just saying. Hold on. Now go ahead, my man. I just had to make sure I wasn't tripping, man. La caca sound like the poop to me. I'm just saying. He might be the shit, though. He might be the shit. Maybe he tried to tell us he's the shit. Maybe. I don't know. I would have chosen a little different way to go about it, but go ahead. My bad. I ain't mean to interrupt. I'm chilling. Let me get my water.
But yeah, to me, him and there's this layout in South Africa, I believe. His name's Akon. Those two are probably the best lays I've seen in a while because they establish movement, gimmicks, and solid fundamentals with that character. And I've never seen anybody really use him like that.
That's dope, man. So I'm unfamiliar with both of the players. You said the second one's name was Akon?
Yeah.
And Young Jeezy. Okay, that's dope, man. So and one was Pakistan. Where's the other one from?
South Africa.
That's dope. That's what I'm talking about, man. I have to look into these players, man. So like I said, when I think about LEI, I really literally know jokes aside. I think of fellas of the TOD, man, the Lions. And I think of you, Tay, and Unruly, man. And I know there's a guy, you know, Cave. He rock with the stream sometimes. He come through. You know, I know about Cave and some others. But yeah, I gotta look into them, man. That's dope, bro. So do they stream or anything or?
Bilal does stream. I don't think Akon streams, but he's sponsored by a France. I believe he's still sponsored by France, a France sponsorship called Orange.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, bro. All right, so now we know about your motivations and stuff like that when it comes to playing LEI, man. Now there's a question. I know you mentioned Yoshi earlier, right? As somebody else that you dabble with, you know what I'm saying? But we know LEI in Tekken 7 was unfortunately a DLC, so he came later, right? Who were you playing up until the release of LEI?
Yoshi.
It was Yoshi. Okay, Yoshi indeed. That's what's up, man. Were you like excited for like how long? Wait, I don't know. So like I said, I don't know how long LEI's been in there. So did you drop Yoshi for LEI because you've been playing LEI before in other installments of Tekken, or you just like LEI in this one?
No, I've been playing both of them since Tekken 3, but
okay.
I always had a liking towards LEI more than Yoshi.
Okay.
Yeah, Tekken 3, LEI had this cool outfit. He had like shoulder holsters and you could see his guns, and he had like a white t-shirt and some like slacks and some nice dress shoes. He looked cool as shit to me, so I started gravitating to him, and ever since then I was upset when I first got Tekken 7 and I didn't see him on there, but the moment I saw him drop, I dropped. I didn't drop Yoshi, but I did have him more be the main cast of who I was playing with more than when I didn't have him.
Now, I respect that though, because that's why I'm like, you know, I'm nervous of, you know, like I with Tekken 7 been out for 8 years, approaching a decade, and now Tekken 8 come out. I feel like that'll be very problematic, and it would just, for lack of a better term, it would just suck, man. It would suck if I go to Tekken 8 and I don't see my favorite character there, you know what I'm saying? So I think that Tekken 8 should have a big roster, man, because yeah, that would just suck. You know, you pick up a game, you don't see your favorite character there. Now, granted, I would use somebody else, of course. I'd probably use like June, but you know, as soon as Julia come out, bam, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely dig what you're saying, man.
Yeah, I had a real issue. Like I will be on a slump and ranked, and then I will go switch to Yoshi, or I will have a real slump with Yoshi and go to LEI, and I will mix up their moves and their combos. So at one point, I kind of got mad at myself, and I said, "All right, bro, you're gonna have to either pick one and then leave one for once you have them at a certain level, you can go back to that secondary character, but you can't be going back and forth." And from that day, I just been playing Lei, and I haven't dropped them since.
Okay, that's dope, though. You know, I sympathize with that again because that's I only played Julie up until like yesterday. Literally yesterday I picked up Negan, but I'm nervous of that too. Me being a new player, I'm just getting used to the game and the mechanics and her moves, and her execution is kind of difficult. So I'd be nervous that I'd pick up somebody else and I'd be doing Negan's combos on Julie or Julia's combos on Negan. I'll be looking all messed up. I'll be looking like Kaka. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, but so I know you said Lei has been your favorite character for a while. And you also play Yoshi. Have you ever like dabbled in anybody else? I know you're like a student of the game and stuff like that, trying to get better. And I know a key component to getting better is trying out other characters. So have you ever tried anybody else that you're kind of fond of?
Yeah, I used to play with Dr. B. He's the person that made Alyssa.
Okay.
I used to dabble with Lee, but again, back then I was kind of like mashing. I was kind of being an actual casual. I really didn't know the fundamentals or frames or anything like that.
Word.
I used to play with Beck.
Beck, okay. I'm familiar with that name. Never seen him though.
That's I guess Warong's teacher.
Okay.
And I used to play with Wang. He's pretty much the
Hold on, pause.
Leroy's.
But go ahead.
I think. Pause. Yeah, right.
You wildin' right now, but go ahead.
I don't even want to say his name now. There you go.
I'm joking, bro. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
I think Leroy's the replacement of Wang. He's the one that got that crazy parry.
Okay. So, question now. So, you said he got his parry from Wang. So, this is not the first time that people have seen a parry like Leroy's then?
Nah. I think, honestly, Wang's parry is way better than... Well, Leroy can parry anything. But his was like... He could parry maybe like 16 hits or something like that, if I remember correctly.
That's crazy because you see, it's like music to my ears because I would think that the way people act, and I'm new to the game, but some of these people, Tekken's a legacy game. People been playing since the first installment, been playing for 20-some years, 2 decades, and they complain about these mechanics like they're brand new. It's just new on a different person. That's crazy. That's crazy too. I never knew that. I would have thought Leroy was the first person to ever have a parry, that is as functional as his. That's crazy you telling me that. See, that's why we do these, man. Appreciate that information.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man, that's dope, man. So, I have one more question too. So do you think that anybody like you said, Wang or Beck, people that are not currently in this game that were in other ones? I think you mentioned Dr. Barsanovich, something like that. Do you think that they'll make a return in Tekken 8, or are they dead? Like, did something happen? Are you aware? Did something happen?
Honestly, with how they're doing stuff, I'm expecting the unexpected.
Word.
To be safe, because I always thought June died, but her whereabouts were unknown for 20 years. So then she comes back. So,
true.
Like I said, I'm hoping for my character to be there.
Facts.
And hopefully if they bring old school characters back, like a Bruce or a Beck or any of those old school type of players, that they have them there and they try to keep them there instead of replacing them. But again, it's Tekken, so I can't really. You gotta expect the unexpected with Tekken.
Word, we can't really call it. I feel that, man. So now we did a lot of talking, man. We gonna transition now into the phase where we actually get to play some games, man. We get to see that Lei that you have, man, and see your prowess with him. But first, we're gonna take this quick commercial break. Where we be right back. We gonna continue our questions too, man. You know what I'm saying? Our inquiries, man. Get to know Liberace more. Hold tight. All right, man. I should have sent you an invitation already, but we about to do that right now. I'm practicing my Negan, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
I see you.
Trying to get right with him, man. Man. I really like him, man.
I got a question for you though. So,
yes, sir.
After Negan, do you have another character you want to try out?
I really want to just continue. Go back to trying Liberace. My bad. Leroy and Master Raven.
Okay.
Yeah, I really want to focus on Master Raven because I want her to be my secondary. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be Julia and Master Raven. But you know, Leroy, especially with Leroy being released already in Tekken 8, we know he's gonna be there. So I think it would behoove me to have somebody that I know is gonna be a Tekken 8, so I ain't really got to be too far behind. You know, 'cause I already feel like I'm playing catch up. But so yeah, so that definitely gonna be Leroy and Master Raven for sure. For sure, man. What about you? So you're if Lei's not there, Yoshimitsu. If Yoshimitsu's not there, is there anybody from the characters that have been released so far that you fond of?
Jack.
That's right, you said Jack. You like that trailer, so that makes sense. Yeah, Jack with that railgun look crazy.
Yeah, and I always had like a liking towards Jack. Pause. Like I kind of I kind of always liked how his moveset was, and like he was a big robot and shit. So
Right.
he looked cool to me when I was younger.
Right. He does look cool, man. You know, it's crazy because, you know, I don't really like the bigger characters, but I do think, especially in Tekken 8, those trailers, Jack 8 looked dope, man. I'm not gonna lie. He looked dope, man. That boy had a rail gun and some other stuff. He was calling satellites and pillars from the sky. I don't know what he got going on.
He actually really cool this time. Right? He almost looked like Gun Jack for a second.
Ah, okay. I was gonna ask you too. Oh yeah, staying on the topic of characters, what do you think makes LEI good, or what about him has attracted you to him to pick him as a character?
I like how versatile he is. He has so many options that I don't feel like I can't be beat.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if I have somebody playing solid, all right, I'm gonna have to play just as solid as them. All right, if I can play gimmicky, I can be as gimmicky as the person in front of me. Like he has so many options that all I have to do is study the game. Like the character to me, in my opinion, the character to me is the best character in the game because of how versatile he is.
That's crazy. You know, I that's why I like. That's why I rock with. You know, that's why I rock with the people I rock with, man. You being one of them, man. You said that. Sigma said something similar. Unruly said something similar about his character. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope because it seems like the theme and the trend for people in the Tekken community is to downplay their character. But you're like, no, man. I play this character, and I also think he's very good. You know what I'm saying? That's why you play him. So I don't get why you would play a character that you think is bad. But you know, that's egos, and you know how that goes.
Right. That's just somebody trying to get some sympathy or something. Honestly,
Right.
I think he's the best character in the game.
That's
and
what's
nobody's really gonna change my opinion on it because of how long I've been playing him and what I've been learning.
Right. Yeah, I think he's a very strong character. Like I said, man, like he's a character that I used to struggle with. You know, I ain't gonna say he's the best because I respect what you're doing. You know, so if I say that he's the best, some people would think that I'm trying to downplay your success with him, and I'm not. You know, I think he's very good, and you know how to bring out the best in him as well, man. I think that's dope. Like you helped me. But I tell you I don't really struggle with LEI in rank anymore because of you, Unruly, and Tay too a little bit. But you know his connection is a little. He's over there in EU, so it's harder. But yeah, you and Unruly, man, really helped me with that matchup, bro. For real, because y'all just play him so well.
And we play him so differently, so you have
Facts.
a whole different type of play styles with him. Because that's another thing. Like I play different than Unruly. Unruly plays different than Tay.
Right.
Everybody uses him in a different type of manner, and it's kind of hard. You have to study him. That's why I like. I'm playing chess compared to everybody else thinking they're playing checkers.
Right. That's a good point, man. And I know that we talked about it a little bit. We talked about it, but I know you said he was stylish. But is there anything else in particular about LEI that made you pick him? I'm talking about before you know what I'm saying, before you actually, but what made you click on the character? Like, I know you said he was stylish, but is there anything else?
He had this grab that he will kick you and flip and say hiya.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. And his movement, like little drunken stance, all the stances me to him, like it was cool.
That's facts. That is cool.
He was really cool to me.
Right. That's dope, man. I love that answer, man. You know what I'm saying? You find somebody that you like, find a reason why you like them, and then you go crazy with them. That's exactly what you're doing, man. So you mentioned also that he's a strong character. Would you consider him to be a top character in the game? What in particular what in particular makes him strong to you? I know you mentioned the stances. You know, you could be playing chess and while your opponent's playing checkers. What do you think makes him strong relative to the rest of the roster, in your opinion?
His movement his evasion, and the small details in his stances. So like his drunken stance, he has a built-in sidestep.
Okay.
This right here, his
Look how
tiger.
fast that is. Okay, true.
His
I don't know what to
tiger
do.
crushes all highs, and it has a built-in parry if I move forward.
Okay.
This right here also crushes highs. His snake crushes highs.
Well, boy got stances. He got the Animal Kingdom stances.
Yeah, this crushes lows depending on where I'm at, how far I am.
That's
This
crazy,
right
bro.
here, this right here has a built-in low parry that launches. Like he has so many tools and tricks that you have to know what you're doing.
That's crazy, though. That's fire, man. And you, like I said, you utilize them very well, man. All right, so those are his strengths. With some of his stances. Now I have a question, man. Does that like get overwhelming though? Like with having such an extensive and deep move list, you know what I'm saying? Like, does that kind of get overwhelming with switching to the stance? Remembering, oh, the crane does this, but then the lion stance does this, but then the elephant, you know what I'm talking about? He pulls something out of his pocket. I don't know.
It did at first, but once again, you have to really start hitting the lab and start actually
Facts.
utilizing what he can do. A lot of his transitions go into one another, so you kind of know where you're going. So like if I know the opponent's sidestep is left, I know all the transitions to go left, so I
Right.
know where I'm gonna be at one time. And sometimes if I don't know what I'm doing, the opponent don't know what I'm doing, so I can pick it back up as fast, or I can like
Right.
drop that as low as I can. I just need to realize. What the opponent's doing to me. You know what I mean?
Word. Now that makes sense though. So like I said, you're very proactive, man. Like you said, you put a lot of onus and accountability on yourself, man. Not a lot of people do that. So you figure that, hey, man, if you just go in lab, you study your character, you gonna eventually get over that, which I agree with. You know, something like with Julia's execution, I just got to get over it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now we talked about the strengths of your character. Give me some of what you perceive as weaknesses on Lei.
His jab is trash.
His jab? Okay, I didn't know
His
that.
jab is really, really bad. His down 4-1 is also bad, and he's really, really bad when it comes to pressure. So like if I'm at the wall and I have a orang, or if I have a Julia that's
Right.
doing party crasher at the wall,
Right.
I have to make a move, and sometimes all his tools for that to open the character back up is not good.
Okay. So basically, if your advice to fight a Lei would be to not give him so much space, I guess.
Yeah, don't give him no
That's-
room to breathe.
Right, and I learned that from you, you know. But I think at least I know when you told me that, and sometimes I still forget, you know. But yeah, you told me that, and that really helped me out a lot. Cause he's just so intimidating for me, man. It's like all these stances, I don't know what the heck he about to do. Crouch attack and hit the dragon. I don't know what's going on. And so,
Is what is intimidating, but like all that can be countered by one move, a 12 frame mid.
right, that makes sense. And that's
Right.
one of my issues. I launch too much and try to go for the big boys.
Yeah. Once you block him out of getting into stances, into his moves, he has to play
good
a lot
launch.
more solid. He has to play a lot more solid, and he doesn't really have much tools like that.
Makes sense, man. Makes sense. I appreciate it, bruh. So you would say that basically his neutral game and his ability to get out of pressure is kind of what he's lacking.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Now I do have another question now, man. So now you know my main is Julia. Obviously, we've been playing for a while, and I get quite a bit of heat from it, which I know you do too. Both of us being DLC. How do you think that Julia compares and contrasts from your character as far as like how good they are and like I guess like some of the and even the game plan?
With Julia, you can play a lot more aggressive.
Okay.
Play way more aggressive. She has a really good ground game, grab game.
Right.
At the wall, she's hell on earth. Like you got to really watch out what's going on.
Facts. Ooh, good low.
I'm trying to
Oof.
get greedy. You see?
Yeah, all right.
Trying to get greedy.
Yeah, man. So, what about how do you think that advantages that Lei has over a Julia character? What do you think that Lei would have over Julia? So we know that Julia has the pressure over him and the wall pressure and the wall carry. What do you think that Lei has over Julia? That Julia could probably benefit from if she had it.
If Julia had a parry.
Whoo, I need that. Talk to him, Liberace. Talk to him.
Julia would be very dangerous if she had a parry.
Oh, please give me a parry. Please. Thank you, spirits.
Well, like
please.
a good working parry, because I know she has one that only parries down jabs or something like that.
Come on, man. That ain't no real parry. Come on, man.
Yeah,
got no utility.
If she had a parry and if she had some type of besides a backdash, another way of moving and spacing the opponent out.
Right.
I have the haha step. I kind of don't need the KVD. I can do this.
Word. That's a fact.
I can do this and go into all types of wild standing moves just to bait you out. If she has something like that, she'll be even crazier than what she is.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. So excuse me. Despite the fact that me and you fight one another a lot, if you're fighting Julia, what is your game plan to stop her and take away some of her best tools?
Well, one, hopefully I have an infinite stage so I can just run around. Not let her get into her party crash flow charts, sidestep left, because all of her missteps is like you can sidestep left and launch her for it. Well, I can launch her with sidestep 4, and just watch out for any grabs.
Right. Ooh, good one. All right, and then so that's your game plan against her. Let me think. What is your character's best tool to kind of help you implement that game plan and stop Julia? Would it be the mixing her up with the stances and creating space, like you said, go to infinite stage, or like what else?
Pretty much creating the space.
True.
Any evasion moves that I have,
oof,
bring them out.
True. Oof, I got to carry on that. Okay. So, like for me, when I fight Lei, what I usually try to do is I essentially try to wait for them to mess up. Oh, I should have launched that. I sold. Oh no. Oh Lord. That's what I be talking about, bro. Oh my gosh. That's what's up, man. That's what I'm concerned with. All that, man. Lord have mercy. That's crazy, bro. But good match. Yeah, when I fight Lei, man, like I said, I just get intimidated, man, by all that movement, man. Even if it doesn't mean anything, it's inconsequential for me. It looks like he about to cook something up and blow my head off or something, man. I don't know what he got going on,
You don't
man.
know what's gonna happen.
Right, I don't know what's gonna happen, man. So yeah, but that's dope though. And then so I know you said that's what you're trying to do. When I'm trying to fight, when I'm fighting Lei, I'm trying to negate. I guess like you said, I guess I should try to be a neutral more. But me, I'm just trying to negate his explosiveness or what I deem as explosive. With you, so you're trying to stop the pressure, like for like Party Crasher, and I think you mentioned her shotgun mix-up and full crouch mix-ups. What will you do? You just kind of like lull me to sleep, I guess, like with just different stances, or
Yeah, try to step you, try to play dead, try to get some chip damage, just back away, get some chip.
Right.
Hopefully you get a little bit more aggravated, because that's the whole thing. Also, I like him because he'll aggravate the hell out of an opponent.
Right. And you always mention that, and I think that's also dope too, man. You always mention that you are trying to aggravate somebody, and I think that's what you should do, man. You should take advantage of your character's strengths. You do that very well, man, because I definitely get aggravated. I ain't gonna hold you, boy. You be aggravating me, bro, but in a good way though. You're supposed to do good stuff. You're supposed to, man. Now we talked about the character, what your character has, what your opponent's character has, particularly Julie, of course, me right now. What are some of your strengths in particular as a person, as a player, that you feel you bring to Lei? Because you already mentioned that no two Lei players play the same. As much as Unruly and you are in the stream, man, shout out to y'all and Tay, y'all don't play alike. So what are some of your philosophies, or the mentality or mindset that you bring to Lei, and bring out the best of that character that's unique to you?
I utilize his movement a lot.
Right.
I don't see a lot of Lei players really use the haha step how I use it.
Right.
Also, the little details in his stances, like the high crushes, the mid crushes, the low parries. I don't really see too many lays use that how I use it,
Right.
and I feel like that gives me a slighter advantage because my fundamentals are really not up there. So I use his smaller details to get the better hand of the opponent.
Makes sense, bro. Makes sense, man. So, since you use all those things, if I could ask you, what's one thing that Liberace himself does with Lei that other players don't, that other Lei players don't, like the advantage that you have over them when you're using the character? What would it be if you could isolate one thing of everything you just said?
The movement. Honestly,
Movement.
I feel like I practice my movement with
That's what's
this
up.
with this character all day. Like
Facts.
I love doing that. I love making sure that I can do this and do
Ooh, Lord.
that.
That's
See?
crazy. That was nice. That was nice. That was nice. I ain't gonna lie. I just knew I had a hop kick right there for free. That's what's up, man. Your movement is definitely on point as you're exhibiting and demonstrating right here, right now with that move right there. So you know us, man, with the Lions Den, man, which I consider you a big part of. We're always about productivity and being proactive. Like I said, you can tell from your answers how you always how you feel about your character. You know, you think he's a good character. You don't talk down on him. You take accountability for getting better with him. With a large moveset, you don't see it as a hindrance. You see it as an advantage. What are some of your weaknesses that you found in yourself that you were working on? You know, 'cause I know you work on some of the weaknesses some of the things that you feel like you don't do as well. You're very proactive and you get to it. Like, what are some of those weaknesses?
For the game,
Yeah, for the game.
I used to get really frustrated when I would lose, and I would kind of blame the opponent on why I don't know what's going on. So it's kind of self accountability, honestly.
Right.
I've changed my mentality on like why is this happening to me instead of all right, there's a reason why it's happening. Let me go figure it out instead
Right.
of trying to like nitpick and be like it's the game's fault. Maybe it is. 9 times out of 10 it might be, but those two or that 1%, I can really try to see if I can figure it out and try to get a loophole on it. That's why I really enjoy the game of Tekken. There's always a loophole
Always, bro.
to the rule set.
Always,
Like,
bro.
a lot of people don't like it, but like I think it's kind of like how a lawyer would try to get somebody off something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're gonna find some type of loophole to get them off. I feel like that's the same way with Tekken.
That's a good metaphor, man. I like that. You just got to find a loophole, man, and exploit that.
Yeah, that's all it is to me.
All right, that makes sense, man. I like that. I like that analogy for sure. I like that right there, man. Okay, so so what helped you when you get frustrated? Because I get frustrated, especially in rank, man. When I'm in rank, boy, I get frustrated, boy. What do you feel is something that you used to help you get over that frustration and maybe have more self-reflection and look on what you could do better, as opposed to blaming the game, blaming the connection, blaming not knowing the character, or blaming the person just spamming? Like, what do you do? Like, do you meditate? Do you put on some good music, some soothing music? Do you have on some some aromatherapy going on to change the ambiance in the room? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I used to just go for a walk. I would probably
Word.
not play the game for maybe like 3-4 days.
Word. Take a little break.
Before I would get on, I would like hit the lab. I would see, well, they didn't have replays back then, but I would try to like mimic to see what was going on. I would try to lab a certain character that was struggling,
Right.
I was struggling with.
Right.
I would just try to find other ways to not get as upset.
Word.
I also walk my dog. Like I would just be more outside instead of like being cooped up. Cause I used to be cooped up in here playing ranked 3-4 hours. I would be
feel
good
that.
for the first hour and a half, and then the rest of the session, I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on? I just lost 3 ranks. I gotta
Right.
get back.
Same way. Same here, man. Same here, bro. You know, that's one thing we have in common. We just try to push through it, and sometimes you can't do that. You definitely gotta. You might even be going backwards, but I think at the end of the day you'll be good for it. But that's fine that you found some. Good one. That's good that you found something that can take your mind off it. You know, because that's important too, man. But this right here is gonna be the last one right here, and then we're gonna open up for questions though, from the chat. We're gonna fill some questions from the chat. Also though, I do wanna get into how do I say, like, so you say that you walk your dog. What kind of dog do you have? That's what I want to ask. Yeah.
I got a border collie blue heeler mix.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
Yeah,
Huh? You got to post a picture of him in the Discord, man.
I got
One
you.
of these days, man. Dope. You know, I have 2 dogs myself. Yeah, they help me. They help me get over some frustration too, keep me centered and stuff like that. Also, too, man. When you lab, I know you mentioned that you lab quite a bit. Do you like check out? You mentioned replays as well. When you are labbing, are you going in there like say you watch a replay, then you try to have the computer emulate what you're doing in the lab or imitate what your opponent did, or are you mostly just trying to go to like punishment training when you lab, or is it all the above? Like, do you do everything, or is there something in particular that you do?
It's more of all the above. I try to
Okay.
find ways to use my play style. So like try to see where I can haha step, try to see where I can use a move or parry like that.
Right.
Like I try to really, instead of labbing the opponent, I kind of lab more of my character to see what I can do to get out of that situation.
Okay, it's like the answers to the questions, I
Yeah,
guess, that you
yeah.
could do. Okay. Oh, that was nice. That crushed that.
Yeah,
Wowzers.
it crushes lows and some mids.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's those little things that like separate me, in my opinion, separate me from other lays and other kind of opponents because
Word.
I don't I don't feel like they go like in between the lines all like that. They have
Right.
like solid fundamentals, but those little things matter in Tekken because those are the loopholes. Like
Right,
those
right. As
those
you
are the
mentioned.
things that break the rules that get people upset.
Right. Right. You take your turn back. You ain't gonna wait till they give it to you. You taking that joint.
Yeah.
Right. I feel that. I feel that, man. So yeah, I think your unorthodox play is very advantageous to you. I think that's dope, and especially with your character too, man. Like you said, the mixes that you could throw out, and the fact that you really just focus on what you could do. I think that's dope as well, man. So hell yeah, just keep that up, man. Oh no, hold on, Lord. Good stuff, man. My boy Liberace, man, showing me them things with them late things, man. So that's the first of 3, my boy. 1. Hey, man, I've been taking some L's on this podcast, man. We gonna have y'all back for a replay, cause this is crazy. We gonna have part 2, man. I'm gonna beat y'all head top in. But yeah, man, we gonna take a quick break. Be back finish up some questions and get to know Liberace and also fill some questions for the chat, man. So get your questions ready. We'll be right back. Good games, bro.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate you for real. You're really bringing the community back, and you know, not too many people do this with like, I wouldn't say the intermediate players, but like the players that are coming up. I really appreciate you actually, you know, showing the light and you know, giving people the opportunity to, you know, give them their part of you, their point of view of how they play and what they want to be in a part of the FGC. I really appreciate you, Ron.
Oh man, for sure, man. I appreciate you being here. Like I said, man, that's what I want to do, man. I'm very, you know, I consider myself very. And I know everything about any community is not always the best. You know, everything's not always positive, but I do consider myself very fortunate. I mean, it's from the bottom of my heart to have a dope community, especially in the fighting game community. You know what I'm saying? The people that come through, yourself included, and some others, of course. Especially the ones that have been featured on the podcast or moderating stuff. The ones that come through the stream, like it's been nothing but love, man. Fully embrace me, and you know we have our good days and our bad days, but overall it's love, man. I have nothing but positive experience from being in the fighting game community, and of course I gotta highlight that, man. I think it's dope. I think people need to know that there's dope people out there, man. You know, so we can't be hiding them out. You know, the thing is, man. You know, I was thinking about this morning, man. I was like, I ain't gonna get too carried away, but you know, I was like, some people will see somebody good at Tekken and then want to get to know them. You know what I'm saying? I had the pleasure of getting to know you, and then I found out that you're good at Tekken. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's something to be said in that. You know, and you rocked with me before I was good at Tekken, and now you know that's how we built a friendship. It wasn't based on some false preset or this person is good at the game or they're popular at the game, so I think that they're cool and I want to get we just got to know each other like normal people do, you know what I'm saying? You know, right. So the fact that you're good at Tekken is like a side piece, you know what I'm saying? That's like a side, but the main entree is that you're you, and I rock with you and you rock with me, and I appreciate that, bro. I think that's very important. So people need to know that there's dope people out there like yourself, man. So yeah, I would love to broadcast that, man. The pleasure is mine, man. So thank you for being here. And now to get to know you a little bit more on a personal level, man. Let the world know you, let the people know you. What are your hobbies and interests, if any, outside of Tekken?
I go to the gym. I have a clothing brand that I'm trying to kickstart.
Hey.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend also have a rental property group out here that we're also trying to kickstart.
That's what's up. Big moves.
Yeah, I'm into forex trading now. I just started learning how to do that. I'm in a lot of stuff, but Tekken honestly, with all that stuff, I feel like it's a lot of like hard work and I have to dedicate myself a lot. Tekken is my out for it. You know what I mean? It gives me my break for it, even though it's kind of complicated and it gives people headaches left and right. But I use Tekken as a getaway, as my little relaxation time.
That's dope. I mean, it is a video game at the end of the day. I know sometimes we be struggling, we be forgetting that, but it is a video game. You're supposed to play video games to have fun. Sometimes we forget that. I know I do. I play Tekken. I'm like, guys, dang, why am I playing this junk, man? Sometimes I feel like the worst part of my day is playing Tekken. But at the same time, after, thank God for that, man, because some people's worst part of their day, they lost their right foot or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or they can't, they struggling to go use the bathroom, or, what I'm saying? So it keeps you humble. It keeps stuff like that in perspective too, man. The worst part of my day is playing the video game voluntarily. Then everything's pretty good.
Not a bad day in my eyes.
Right.
I mean, I look at it the same way.
Right. That's a fact, man. So that's dope, man. You got your forex trading, you got your couple businesses on the up and up, man. That's dope, bro. I love that, man. And that's fire, bro. So you got your clothing brand coming up too, man. I wish you the best with that, man. That's right up your alley, man, with the style. That's fire. That's good to hear, man. I love to hear that, man.
I try to do things that interest me, because if not, I mean, you're doing it like a job. I don't like doing stuff as a job. Right. You got to make sure if you're doing something, it's because you enjoy doing it, and that's going to bring a success rate, and it's going to also make you feel better. That's a fact.
But let that passion drive you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's fire, man. Yeah, I love that, bro. Yeah, that's great message for the people to hear, man. I love that testimony, and yeah, I love that, bro. So now, you said you're working on those different ventures, you and your girlfriend. So you said you have a girlfriend. Kind of answer my next question. Is there anything that you wanna, share? If you want to share your clothing line, or you keep it on the low right now, or you want to share anything that you want the people to know about Liberace. Also please, your socials will be in the video. Check out the description of the video to check out his Twitch and all his other socials that he's gonna give to me, and you could pitch those right now, man.
I'm gonna be streaming a little bit more. I didn't want to be saying that on your stream, you know what I mean? Because that's not what we're here for. But
bro, it's love, bro. Let them know.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna be streaming a lot more Tekken. I'm gonna have some labbing sessions. I'm gonna be trying to learn like character knowledge and all that stuff. I'm also gonna be kickstarting mid-tier boys. That's that's gonna be a little. I don't want to call it a clan. I kind of want to call it more of a family. But I want to kind of shake up the whole, not just the FGC, but the whole gaming community. I want to I know you remember this, like when Dipset first came out and they shook everything. Yeah, they really they were like a sore thumb. They really shook everything. They didn't care about what was going on. They were a bunch of fly individuals, get into the bag, making sure that they had their own individual style, and they made sure everybody was known. I want mid-tier boys to be exactly that for the FGC and for the gaming community. So I'm gonna start kickstarting that soon.
That's dope. That's dope, man. That's fire, man. You got a killer cam out there, the okie dokie, the pokey pokey, holy smoky. Nah, that's my boy, man. Killer Cam Jewels. Yes, sir, Jim Jones. Man, that's fire, though, man. Yeah, keep on with the movement, dog. I say, just even you being considered when you just say that you didn't want to mention your stream on my stream, man. That just shows the kind of person you are, man. Which I don't mind at all. But I also have the have to share those same sentiments and stuff when I be on other people's platform. But like I said, this is for you, bro. We're here to showcase you and highlight your skills, not just in the game, but your skills as a person, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's very dope, man. Now we're gonna highlight. We're gonna field some of the questions from the chat. Right now, I think our first question coming in is from my guy Unruly and Truly, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lay Boys up right now, man. Like I said, we had Unruly on, we got you on. The Lay Boys up right now, man. Shout out to Lay. Question for Liberace. What's your top 3 Jordans? Okay, fashion. My boy, fashion extraordinaire. What's your top 3 Jordans, my boy?
All right, my top 3 Jordans in this order. Wizard 17s.
Okay.
Ginger 16s. And Taxi 12s.
Okay. I like that. Now, this man selfish is my guy, but we have a little lighthearted question. He said, He said, Liberace, why you be bashing on get up kicks, B? Why you be bashing on get up kicks, B?
I can't stand Cell. I ain't gonna lie to
I'm
you.
telling you, bro. You know, stuff is always gotta be funny. But now he said, in all seriousness, this come from Cell again. I want to know, how do you break down your opponent in real time while playing Lee? Lei. Sorry, while playing Lei, how do you break your opponent down in real time? And his follow-up question for you would be, no, go ahead. Answer the first question first. Yeah, how do you break your opponents down in real time? And then he has a follow-up question for you.
I honestly sometimes I give up rounds to see their tendencies and then try to capitalize on what I know I can do with those. So if I know an opponent is trying to jab check me and I see that he jabs check me 3-4 times the same way and he goes for a mid or a low, I'm gonna try to parry him and go for a mix.
Sounds good.
It's just small little data readings that I try to get, and like I said, I try to like to play chess when I'm playing Tekken, so I'll give up a round or two, knowing that if I see that type of stuff again, I'm gonna capitalize on it. I'm gonna get the rounds back.
That's what's up, man. It would take a punch to give you two. So now that makes sense, man. Yeah, that's what's up, man. And follow up to that, how do you not get overwhelmed with all the options you have with Lei? Similar question that I asked earlier with the move list.
Depending on the character that I'm playing, I already kind of have a plan set up on what stances I want or how I'm approaching the opponent. If the opponent's giving me free play to, give Lei gimmicks or Lei party time, I'm gonna go all out. But if I know I have to backdash a little bit more, or if I have to really, consolidate my movement, I'll also get a reading on that. So I'll start jab checking. I'll start doing quick little pokes, and then see if I can, aggravate the opponent to open them up and, go back to being Lei, party Lei.
Right, man. That's dope, man. You heard it, man. My boy said movement consolidation. Let's go, man. Real smart dude like that. Let's get Dreadhead gang up. Let's go, man. And Aruli said, dang, my man. He said, dang, my man gave me the colorways too for the Jordans. You know my boy know what he talking about now. Stop playing.
My name's Liberace for a reason, man. Y'all gotta respect my name, man.
Let's go, man. Respect it. Put some respect on it, man. Let them know. We have a shout out to Cookie, man, for organizing all these questions. We appreciate you, Cooks. You're really holding it down. Now we have a question from Cookie. She asked, if you could take 2 moves from any character and give it to yours, what would it be? That's a great question. That's a great question.
I'm not gonna lie, PG, you gonna hate me. I want to party crashing.
Oh Lord! I ain't mad at that, bro. I'm not mad at that, bro. I'm not mad at that, bro. Because I know you being honest. You an honest dude. You ain't just saying that just because, so I respect it, bro.
And a second move?
Right.
Lee's acid rain.
Ooh, that acid. I had to think about it for a minute. I'm not the best at knowing the moves, but nah. That's fire though. The acid rain, that's gonna go crazy, man. I just found out that's the one that you could punish, right? Those kicks. If he does a spin one, you could punish. You can launch it. Yeah. That move. Oh my gosh, that move gives me hell, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. That move gives me hell, boy. That's what's up, man. Yeah, those are good 2 moves. I'm trying to think. Just to answer the question, just to entertain. If I could have 2 moves, it would definitely be Leroy's parry, one of them for sure. The second move, if I could have on Julia, would be any instant crushing high move. Like, I feel like she has moves that crushes highs, but the startup be so slow, bro. Like, I'd be like, man, some of these people, they be instantly crushing highs, bro.
Yeah, you don't really have too much evasive moves on.
Yeah, evasive moves.
Julia has real slow movement.
Yeah. And
she hits like a truck, but you gotta get it. You gotta get the ball rolling for her to even get that momentum.
Right. Exactly. That's how I feel, man. All right, so the last question we have coming in from Oren, the fruit snack slayer. He said, if you could go back in your journey to where you are now, what's the one important thing you tell yourself to keep in mind? So the younger version of Liberace, what would the current version tell him? All right, that's a good question. That was a good question, Oren. I got you.
Don't let the rank define you. I started playing Tekken and I got into the online rank. Excuse me, and I really had a bad stigma on, like, if I'm not in this color of ranks, I'm really trash. If I'm not this, I'm really trash. I kind of, if I would go back now and, teach my younger self what the journey, I would tell them, don't worry about the rank, worry about getting better, getting the fundamentals. The rank is gonna come with
Facts.
with how you actually play the game.
Facts. I agree with that 1,000%, man. Sometimes we get lost in that pursuit and we just be trying. A lot of times, a lot of people, not just you, man, myself definitely included, you just get caught up trying to win. And I think rank does that to a lot of people as opposed to improving. Because if you're just trying to win, you might resort to any type of scrubby tactics, and it could kind of stunt your growth. But if you're trying to focus on improvement, then the wins are going to come because you're getting better. You know what I'm saying? So those two things aren't always synonymous. So yeah, that's
he always wins the race, and a label is just exactly what that is, a label. That doesn't define who you are or how you can capitalize on stuff. So I would tell my younger self to, just relax on the rank and just, stay down and keep, grinding to be a better player.
That's a fact, man. That's dope, man. I think that was a great answer. Fantastic questions coming from the chat, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Appreciate the games. Appreciate the breakdown. Appreciate the friendship and the brotherhood, Liberace, that we established over these, a year or so that we've known each other via Tekken, man. So it was dope, man. I hope you all enjoyed podcast, Pride Talks Live with the Doc podcast, episode 9. Is there anything else you want to close out with, Liberace? You know what I'm saying? Your socials, anything you want to let the people know?
Just my Twitches, Liberace212.
Can we get a shout out for that, please? A shout out for my boy Liberace in the chat right now, please. Go ahead, sorry.
Mid-tier boys will be coming out very, very soon.
Hey.
I'm gonna start trying to have open sessions for people who want to join it, or just want to be a part of something that's going to be a little bit different than your normal game plan or anything like that. I want to give a shout out to UPG for, again, I can't say this enough. You're really changing the game with how you approaching Tekken and how you're approaching the whole, content. Before I found you on a recommendation, and I didn't really care that you were playing Julia. I kind of saw how genuine you were playing the game, and I gravitated to that. And I appreciate the brotherhood that we have. So I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough for what you're doing with the community and how you actually, going about with it. So I appreciate you on that. And other than that, my name is not Liberace. It's Liberace.
Liberace. Let them know, man. Get my boy name right, man. You gonna see it a lot in the future, man. Good Lord willing. But that's it for podcast episode 9. I think I'm gonna go shed a tear because my boy, baby, he touched my heart. I appreciate that, though. I appreciate the kind words. That means a lot to me, man. More than anything, I thank God for that, man. Podcast Pride Talks episode 9, man. Live with the Doc. We out. God bless. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.
Enjoy what you just saw? Click on this playlist for more of my online matches and battles against the hardest CPU. Follow my other socials as well. Don't forget to like the video.